I built a productivity tool for YouTubers, YouTube operators, and creators. By the end of this video, you're gonna want to have it on your MacBook. And the reason why I made it is because it was to help YouTubers plan and make better videos. You don't need Excel sheets, you don't need Notion templates. To get to the big boy table of YouTube, you need systems. And that's what I'm gonna show you in this video. So watch till the end. So what I've got on screen is a software tool for YouTubers, YouTube operators, and creators called 200 Views. Now, the reason why I built this is, as I said in the intro, to plan and make better videos. This software actually started as a Notion template, which I'll put up on screen here. And the funny thing is, I actually thought I could make and plan the best YouTube videos with this template. And I was wrong. And the reason why I was wrong, not because the design was off, which it was, but because it wasn't the right system, okay? My workflow does not any longer revolve around Notion templates, and yours probably doesn't either, okay? Now, to actually scale and get to a repeated pattern as a YouTuber, you need systems in place. A lot of operators I know, they literally are producing a lot of content for many clients, okay? So they have to have a system, but most of the time it's Google Sheets, it's Notion. These are the things that I see. It's Excel, right? And we love Google, but these tools are not the best when it comes to managing content, creating content, and distributing that to the necessary people. So what I did is I migrated, and you'll see on my channel, there's videos where I talked about Brilliant Video. That's what it was first called, okay? And I made that specific software because it was necessary for my own production. I wanted to have a conveyor belt to pump out a lot of videos. But as I moved it into an iPad app, which was good, started off creating and doing my scripts there. And then I was like, okay, I need more. And then I moved it into Mac OS. And then of this year, 2026, 200 Views is now a software as a service, okay? Fully available to anyone in the world. And it's come a long way, definitely in the past 3 years, for sure, from that Notion template. But the thing what I like about it the most is it's very quick, it's nippy, and it gets to the point. So let me show you. First of all, you've got your dashboard, of course, idea bank, screenplay, thumbnail design, production, create studio, and your profile. Profile is what you used to see, and I don't need to teach you how to do basic things, change your email, yada, yada, okay? But let's start with idea bank. Now, Idea Bank, the whole premise is a bank of ideas, okay? And as a YouTuber, you actually need to have this ready, right? You need to have 100 ideas in the bank ready to go at any time. Because anytime you're ready to plan a video, you don't want to have to be thinking about what should I do? What should I write about? What should I do a video about? You just want to be able to get the idea, make it, shoot it, edit, and get it out. Of course, this process takes time. I'm glossing over that, but you need to have a bank of ideas. Now, I've added in the things that were from my original Notion template, okay? I went deep. I was like, I need to have a Maslow's hierarchy of needs to break down what type of videos I should be making. So as you'll see here, you've got a little educational tool which tells you the type of videos you could be making based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, safety needs, you've got physiological needs, you've got belongingness and love needs, okay, and you've got esteem needs, and you've got self-actualization needs. So these are the types of videos, as you see in these examples, of the type of videos you could make under this particular category, okay? So that's Maslow. Then I actually came up with my own framework because on one of my side hobby channels, I had a video. It was covering a African YouTuber. It's called Wadamaya, and I did a documentary on him. It was probably maybe an 8-9 minute video, but I managed to get like 32,000 views on it, a bunch of subscribers. I think I had like 500 subscribers in a few days, and the content creator, Wadamaya himself, actually reposted it on his YouTube, on his X, to his 1 million plus following, and that's what got me all of those subscribers and views, which is great on the surface. But I wasn't doing a Wadamaya fan channel, okay? So those subscribers were not going to keep watching other stuff because they didn't come here for that. Save that for another time. However, I was able to, extract some intel from that video plus other ones that I did and other ones that I studied. And I came up with this viewer traffic light system. That's what I call it. Okay, my own trademark system for creating long form videos. And I'm not going to go through everything here now. That's not the purpose of this video. And I will break that down another time probably. But here it just gives you a guidance of how you should be structuring your script. So if you're a novice, you could be someone who just doesn't know how to write scripts. VTLS tips will actually give you the guidance and script templates to show you how to set up Act 1, the setup, Act 2, confrontation, Act 3, resolution. Okay, so that's what you get in VTLS tips. Now, YouTube ideas. This is where it matters. You see here, I've got 151 ideas in my idea bank. So I'm not running out of ideas, but most creators are running out of the correct system to manage their YouTube creator workflow. That's what 200 views is all about. You don't want to be stuck in 200 views forever. And when you get systems in place, that's how you win, okay? So here you can see, you can create your title, you can save it, you can choose what platform it's on, just type whatever, TikTok, Instagram, you name it. So it's not necessarily all YouTube, but predominantly YouTube, okay? And then this is where you manage your titles. So you've got all of them, the unused ones and the used. So you're keeping a track because we want to monitor what videos are actually working for us over time. So having a system like this, which is few clicks, very visual, easy on the eye, this is how you actually win. But you cannot win when you've got documents on this cloud and in this Word folder. It's just too messy, right? That is not a system. Software as a service has been built to organize and make people more productive. But when you have email chains and Google Sheets and I sent you this email, that's not the way to run anything, okay? So that's your YouTube ideas category. Title challenge. This is something very new, newest feature. And the whole premise of it is to help you get better video titles and Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 setups for your video. So how it works is you create all your ideas, as you can see, my 151 ideas. So we put it in work, guys. We put it in work. And you simply select a title. Platform is YouTube. I'm going to use Anthropic's model. And you've got the option to choose between OpenAI and Anthropic. Now, what this will do is I have an algorithm on the back end, which is proprietary, but it is designed to go through a specific framework to tell you how good that idea is, okay? So let's do a challenge. So I'm going to press challenge, and it's going to do its thing on the back end. And you can choose between the different models, as you can see there. Sonnet, it's still loading, and here we go. So now it says, I am more powerful creator than you. Weak title. So it gives you a breakdown here. This is a very powerful tool, okay? It's vague, creates the wrong kind of curiosity, confusion rather than intrigue, lacks a clear payoff, and doesn't promise any value or entertainment to the viewer. The emotional pull is negative, arrogance without substance, and the extremity is implied but not proven. No clear hook for retention. Then it tells you what works and what needs work, and then it tells you 6 stronger title ideas, recommended title which it thinks is the best one, and then it will even give you a synopsis and breakdown of each act, which is doing quite a lot of the legwork when it comes to planning a YouTube video. So title challenge is a really, really useful tool. Then you can save that and come back to it, use that title, save it to your ideas, whatever you want to do, that is up to you. And when you save them, they'll all be here and you can go through them and analyze them, right? Keep track of your work. So that is title challenge. That just came out maybe a couple weeks ago, a week ago, something like that. Really useful. Been using that quite a bit. Next, we've got scripting. So I'm a writer. I love to write scripts. Before I was using a lot more teleprompted scripts, which keeps someone who likes to yap on course, right? Not going on tangents and all of this stuff. However, If you are writing scripts for other people, you might be a YouTube operator, for example. This is probably the best tool, I would say, on the whole software. That's just my opinion. Again, you pick your idea and then you start to write your script. You got your VTLS intro, viewer traffic light system, that's my system. Then you write your act 1, act 2, act 3. And as you can see here, as you type and create, it's going to be saving along the way as a quick like preview here of what you've done on each particular act to keep track of that. And this is essentially where you write your script. So that's really up to you. That's where you got to do the work. So that's scripting. Then once you've done your script, you can proofread it. So the script writing process has a few steps. You got to ideate, you got to write the script, then you got to proofread the draft, and then once you've read the draft, you want to move that to a script gallery is what I call it. So here, let me just show you as an example. Let's just pick a random title, one that we used before. So I'm going to say hello. And I'm going to say, hello, YouTube. We are going through 200 views. All right, so let me copy that. Just putting something in here so we've got a script, and then I'm going to save that, okay? Then I'm going to save and move to proofread. So now that is moved it down the conveyor belt, okay? Then we're going to go back, go to proofread, and as you can see, the proofread is ready to read. So this is what we just saved. Now you'd be like, I'm happy with this script, okay? I am going to move it to script gallery. And then it moves down the chain again. So this is once you've proofread, read, and everything's great. Then you would go to script gallery, and as you can see, your script is here, ready to read. One more final check, and you can copy that. You can do whatever you need to do with that, okay? But it's ready to go. That is your script gallery. And as you can see, all your previous scripts will be here, ready to load up, okay? These are previous scripts of mine. And I can always go back through these. As you can see, quite a lot of work here was done, right? Nice. But this is your script gallery. So me personally as a creator, I like visuals. I don't do well, maybe it's just how my brain is wired, but I don't do well with boring and ugly interfaces. My brain just gets scrambled. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the creator in me. I don't know. But I need visuals. I need things to be organized in such a way where I don't have to think. I just click, 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 and I find it. That's why 200 views is better than any of your spreadsheets, okay? So that is script gallery. Now projection, this is a really, really handy tool, okay? So let's just say now you have a goal to hit 100 videos. As Mr. Beast would say, make 100 videos, improve something each time. Don't come to me until you 100 videos. You're not going to get any views. Just make 100 videos, okay? That's what he says, literally word for word. And I know that because I've listened to it about 10 million times. So let's just say on this channel, we're on 66 videos. You see the progression chart or slider gauge starts to increase. I want to get to 100 videos. That's my first major goal. And I'm doing a video a day at the moment. So by May 16th, I'll have 100 videos. If I just keep doing a video a day, this is how many I have now, and that's my target. By this date, I will have 100 videos. This is probably one of the most vivid tools in your arsenal here for 200 views because it pretty much quells any procrastination, any thoughts about procrastination. It quells all of that because that is a finite figure, and this is based on time, and YouTube really is all about time, minutes spent, right? Value per minute. It's all on time. Every time someone watches a video, that's minutes, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, an hour. So you've got to make those videos as good as possible. And I'm going to be doing a lot more longer form content just because I want to make the videos as valuable as possible, not just to make it long for the sake of it, but there's certain things I want to put into each minute, each 5 minutes, 10 minutes to make it good for you, the viewer. And with these videos where I do deep dives on the software stack, there's just no way to trim it down to 10 minutes because there's a lot of software, okay? But this tool will tell you exactly when you're going to hit that goal if you just stick to it. Put in your current videos, target videos, how many you're doing per week, and it will give you a date, how many weeks needed, days needed, remaining videos. So you cannot get any clearer than that. It's like a coach within, one screen, which I think is very, very useful personally. Right, that's projection. Then we've got formats, okay? Now, you'll see on my channel, I like to experiment in these early days, okay? So if you're rocking with me and you're here, maybe 15 minutes into this video, you're doing great. Send me a DM on Brillan, firstparty.app/Brillan if you make it to the end of the video, and I'll give you a discount on 200 views just for your commitment, right? So formats is really a tool to help you create your own format for whatever show, whatever piece of content that you're doing. And I'm going to probably do more deep dive on this in future videos, mainly because formats are what get you the W's on YouTube. So if you are a YouTube creator, business owner, a YouTube operator, formats are what you are creating for your clients maybe, or formats is what you really need for your own channel to make sure you've got a winning format that you can repeat over and over and over again to get you views, get you subscribers, get you leads, right? You want to make sure that the format works and makes sense for you. So here is where you would work on your format, okay? You can add different segments, cold open, there's instructions here for you, and you can move the segment up or down. And this is where you would do the structuring of your show before you even get to, like writing any script. This is like the pre-production. So this is a technique that many, TV shows use, film producers use. Like this is like industry standard kind of things, right? Is formats. So you've got a format builder within 200 views, which is super useful, okay? So that's your idea bank, all right? They're the tools in that particular category. Now you got screenplay. So this is more for obviously people who write films, screenplays, etc. As someone who studied film, studied media production and audio production, these are things I've been doing since I was 16 years old, okay, in college. And I never had tools like this. So if I had these kind of tools, I'd probably have, I don't know, maybe 20 different film scripts. But hey, Kuna Matata, right? So we got screenplay ideas. This is, again, similar to YouTube ideas, but you're just literally creating the ideas, whether it's, whatever genre it is, doesn't really matter. But you'd say, how to make better videos, right? This is your screenplay idea title, okay? Now I'm going to save that. And as you can see here, it shows up in my ideas. And you'll see why that's important. So now I'm going to go back to screenplay scripting. This is the next stage. So now you've got a full interface of making your own script. So I hope there's a lot of Hollywood producers that watch this and be like, hey, this is actually a really great tool. I would love for a tool like this. Because it's not just screenplays, you got other stuff as well. But I'm going to choose how to make better videos. And now I'm going to start to map out each scene for my screenplay, okay? So as you can see, they've got pre-filled instructions here to tell you what you need to do. Even if you're a learner, someone who's like, hey, I've always wanted to write my own screenplay. There you go, bro. There you go, gal. This one is for you, all right? So you simply add the scenes, save and continue later. Very self-explanatory stuff, but this is your interface to build your own screenplays or write your own screenplays. Now you've got screenplay proof. So as you have the same setup in scripts for your YouTube ideas, but this is essentially where you are now checking to see, is this good, okay? Even tells you, move scene by scene, save often, then save the screenplay into gallery. So if you don't know what to do, it's gonna tell you. Nice and simple, all right? So now let's say I'm going to move this to gallery, and that's going to save. You can see the blue tick there, or green tick, blue, okay? We've done proofreading, and now we're going to go to gallery. And as you can see here, here's my script, all formatted in official typewriter font. Okay, this is how you're going to be reading your script. So it brings your ideas to life. Now you can then email that, download that just with a click of a button, or email it to whoever you need to email it to. Okay, nice and clean. And then if you're not ready, you can move it back to proofread. Like, I still got more stuff to do. So then you can move it back, press that button, and it's going to move it back. So that is your screenplay gallery. Really, really handy tool. And again, for filmmakers, this is great for you, right? You can write all your scripts within 200 views. Now we go on to thumbnail design. So this is a place where you want to, again, keep track of your ABC testing, because once you've built up a gallery and a library of videos on your channel, there might be those particular outliers where you was like, hey, I remember doing a video that pretty much crushed. You know, I got, I don't know, 20,000 views, 100,000 views. What did we do in that particular thumbnail and the title that you could maybe repeat? And again, with all the AI that's coming out these days, people are now starting to build up their own, machine learning protocol. They're using their data and they're training their own AI to help them make better decisions. So keeping track of it, this is why I say keeping track of it in the best place. You've got your own data source that you can look back on. So this is where you would make you don't do your designing. People do that in Canva, Photoshop, so you don't need that here. You can upload your thumbnails by choosing thumbnail A, B, and C. Once you've done that, by just literally choosing the image, right? Let's pull this one. Click that one. Okay, and as you can see, it shows up here. And you just continue adding, upload the set. Then you can preview it here. All right, so then you start to see, what does this look like? And then once you've saved them, here's something I made earlier, as they say on the TV shows, right? Now you can preview your thumbnails. So now before you even got to YouTube Studio, you really like, is this a good thumbnail? Does this match the video? Are people going to get that reward 2 seconds into the video by watching the thumbnail and reading the title? Does it match? You're going through all this process. This is the work, guys, right? This is the work that you have to do for your videos. But in your thumbnail gallery, you can go back through all your previous work and you can look back at it and see, like, hey, we go back quite a few, what's this, 2025? All right. I probably could have done more work on this one. I'm not going to lie to you. This is low effort. This is not going to get clicks. All right. But it's fine. It's all part of the learning process at the end of the day. If I try to find a good one, let me see. One that I thought was good. I was starting to cook a little bit here, more of a close-up shot. And I'm going to show you something here, actually, that will help you as we get to it. Will help you create better thumbnails as well. So if you just look as a comparison, quick tangent here. I got some of the new ones. Okay, so say like this one. For me, this is a great thumbnail. The reason being, it's like a frame from an actual film or TV show, right? It's cinematic. Now, our eyes and ears are trained on cinematic visuals. That's why I'm doing a lot more of that now. Different angles, a power shot there, got extreme close-up with context in the back. Just really switch it up. I probably could have added some text to these, which I'll, once I get the time not doing this, I'll be able to go back and edit some thumbnails, switch them out. But that's just part and parcel of doing YouTube, right? Thumbnail is not guaranteed to stay there forever. But you start to see like the quality that you can do, of course, with AI. You can get some really, really great results if you know how to prompt, which is for another video. But anyway, digress over. All right. So this is your thumbnail gallery. Simply upload and view your gallery over time. Now, production. I just told you about getting some ideas and inspiration for your thumbnails. So here, first of all, I'm going to have to start with this, which is your camera shot list. So This is really useful if you're doing a lot of like high-end production stuff. Again, TV, film. These are the kind of shots that people are actually using. So you've got like a library of inspirational shots from different films just to give you some ideas for the type of shots you could include in your videos, okay? Love that one from Django. This is a great shot, Shawshank Redemption, okay? This high angle shot. This is where he's like free. Really, really powerful scene. But essentially, it gives you a bunch of ideas. The Darth Vader low angle change of power or tension shot. Love that one. And it gives you ideas for different frames, okay? So I'm not going to go through all of these. They're all there for you. Then we have podcast schedules. So 200 views, like I told you at the beginning of the video, is pretty stacked. Hence why I need all this time to go through it all. And I'm kind of going through it relatively quick. However, most people today have a podcast. Google Sheets, Notion docs, not necessary. Access for your team, everybody can update it. It's a database, it's an interface, it's visual, it allows you to add guests, sector, all the information that you need for that particular member or that guest member. And as you're doing it, let's just say I want res scales card type, okay? And using the info marketing. Yeah, so all the information is starting to come up here, and then it's like a preview, okay, of your particular guest. And as you can see here, preview, right? Now, if you want to work on your docket, so you want to be working on content, what you're going to actually talk about in that specific episode, well, you've got a place to reference notes. People can look back in your team and see, okay, these are the things that we want to talk about in that particular episode. So it's just like an organizational tool for your podcast to help keep your management system on point and, yeah, literally keep you on point. You've got your wish list, so you can create new ones. Literally just write as many people as you want. These are people that you might want to get on as guests, okay? And then if you need to tweak something, mark them as achieved, not achieved, open, not open. Very, very self-explanatory. Like I said, I'm going over it quick because it doesn't need that. But that's your production tab. And then you've got your creator study. So I built this pretty much for anyone who's like an avid learner and people who, again, might not want to look back through notepads and I can't even read my handwriting. That was my situation. I write really quick. I type more than I write. And I want to structure my notes. So again, as I'm studying over time, I can look back at my 200 views account and be like, these are the things in sales, video creation, marketing, advertisements, AI, tech, finance, faith, development that I was studying. And I had more from my previous account. So these are just a few quick ones. But you can always go back and go through the notes that you've been taking from the podcast and all the education or the events or the courses that you've done. It doesn't really matter. You've actually got a study tool here that can help you organize your study notes in the best way possible, which is, of course, digital. And you don't have to be buying 1,000 notebooks. You literally can store them here. Pretty self-explanatory, okay? So this is 200 views, guys. It's gonna help you. It's gonna help you plan and make better videos, as I promised at the beginning of the video. It's going to help you scale, because if you're an operator, as I said, this tool will definitely help you do that, because if you're pumping out, I don't know, hundreds of scripts every week, then you need a place to organize that. And if you've got a team of people, which you do, thumbnails, script writers, editors, this kind of tool just streamlines things a lot better. And you can organize your work in the best possible way. And in turn, it's going to lead to better videos on your channel and for your client's channel. So this is one of the software tools in my stack, which I use, and the reason why I'm doing these videos, things like Lydia, things like First Party and 200 views. are just 3 of the 4, 5, 6 that I use, and I'll be doing more videos on them. But if you found this video helpful, appreciate it. Drop me a comment, drop me whatever. If you want 200 views, just click the link in the bio. There'll be a link there and you can go get it yourself. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. See you on the next one.